what we did, the way that I built this business out, again, I started off with a free report, and some of you have actually already checked it out. It's the SEO Manifesto, and it's just a report that teaches people how to market online. It's a free report in exchange for their email address. So I'm getting someone to opt in onto my list so I can build a database. And then we're in the process of talking with Adrian's probably going to have a look at rewriting the SEO Manifesto, where we start to introduce some of our other products and services. At the time, when we first launched the business, we were just focusing in on providing SEO services to clients. So that's really what the report tries to sell. But now we're shifting the business away and we're moving more into the info product business. And I'll explain why we're doing that. But so we had our front end, which is the SEO report. Then we built out a series of product. We did an SEO course. We did an outsourcing course. We did a web video course. And we did a small business course. So we built out these, they vary in price, but info product, very high margin for me, infinitely scalable because, I don't have to be involved in the delivery of that. We outsource that to a fulfillment house in the States called Vivante. And then we have a few things underneath. We do workshops occasionally. I very, very rarely run the workshops. The only reason I run workshops is to create product. And I only run the workshop once. I don't run the workshop again and again and again. I like to do work once and get paid forever. So this workshop has a very clear strategy on where this is going to be used in my funnel. I'm going to probably use this up the front here. And you'll see throughout today, I'll talk about some of these different products. And the reason I do that, it's kind of like, it's an introduction, so you guys can come and see what it is that I'm doing, and I'll give you tons of great content. And then if you want to go further down any of these little areas, you'll know where to go. So we'll end up adding this workshop up the front here. The next thing that I've got is we do like little mastermind groups. Masterminds where we have like groups of 7 people and it's almost like I'll hop on the phone and if you've heard of masterminds, that's from Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. He talks about this idea of when people all collectively focus in on one outcome, like a third mind is created. Sounds a little bit woo-woo, but it's this idea of getting a group of people, like-minded individuals, and we have these little mastermind groups in groups of 7. Then we also have our coaching, which is more one-on-one coaching with me. I try and keep that to a minimum because if you think about it, it's work that I have to do, I'm only going to get paid for it once, and I'm all about how can I create systems and products where I can replicate that. So this is kind of the way that my business is looking right now. But my very first business model, and this is the real key takeaway that I want you to take away from watching this right now, is down here is my services. So I've got my services, and this is where we started. So we started offering SEO. We started offering, we do like article distribution, which that's what we do with Danny, and that's how we sort of got to know him. We do things like Google Places listing, and we also do web video. Adrian's just started doing a web video for some of our clients and things like that. So, and I can show you here, before I built Melbourne SEO, so I'm all about using journals, I drew this map out probably, maybe that was one of them. That's one of the very first ones. I drew this map out probably about 18 months ago or a little bit more, and I knew what it was that I was going to build up front. So as you're building your business, you need to know what map you're building up front. You need to know this. And I would spend time building maps like this in your head to start off with, and then writing it down so you know what you're going to build. Now, once I've built a map that looks like this, the next question I asked myself is, how can I build this as quickly as possible? Okay, so we focused and started off down here. And why did I start off down here? because you need to start on cash flow first, which I talked about. You always want to get that cash flow right in a business first, because that's going to fund everything else. I started on cash flow by delivering a service to clients where we were kind of exchanging our time, and I was investing time working with the clients. Then that ended up funding the creation of this. So we did this, then we started to get new team members and get everything in place. And then what did I do after I did that? Then I started to document my core processes. I talked about documenting those core processes, which is my SEO method. We had that all documented out. And then the next step, we started to build out info product. And I ran a series of workshops in Melbourne. And we ran these and then laid all of these out. And now, just now, we're starting to shift the business away from this, and I'm starting to shift it up into info product land.